Everybody, this is Clint. Welcome to Sweetcast. I'm going to show off a little bit of fan art here for the fan art contest, which is going to end on Saturday. So we're going to pick a winner early next week. One person gets a $100 gift card, Amazon gift card, and up to 4 people will get published in the book with their fan art. So enter, post it on social media, email me, sweetcastclint@gmail.com, just so you can make sure that I actually see it and have you entered into the contest. And don't forget to back Downcast 3. It is, look at this, we're getting closer and closer to 21,000 now. I didn't lie. I started the pre-press at 20. I'm doing the reprint first. Edits are in, first round of line edits. Now it's for the actual book here, the new book. That's going to go to Eric for lettering, and then we'll continue on edits and then start pre-press there. So I'm in work mode big time here producing this book. Feels really good to be at this stage. All right, so looking at some more fan art here. Pretty cool stuff. All right, so the role of a producer in a comic book production team is really important. It's one that gets overlooked a lot. Now let's think about this for a minute. Let's say that you are the best artist known to man. You're such a good artist that people swoon over every single thing that you post on Instagram. Everyone has compliments to pay you hand over fist. You can do nothing wrong. If you are out on the street and there's a puddle, comic book fanatics will run over to you and throw their trench coat over that puddle so that you can step across safely. You have arrived. You're the best artist in the world. But let's say, despite being the best artist, you cannot finish a book. I don't know what it is. Maybe you can't dedicate enough time to it. Maybe you're slow. You're a very slow artist. Maybe there's other things you'd rather be doing. Maybe it's not as lucrative as you were hoping it would be. Maybe, any number of things, right? If you can't produce and get a book out, then I would argue that you're not actually a comic book artist. Is that a hot take or what? If you can't make a comic book, can't produce a comic book, you're not a comic book artist. You might be an Instagram artist. And by the way, this goes for writers too. And I am guilty of being flaky and missing deadlines a time or two. But the point here that I'm trying to make is that in this creative effort that we call comics, there's also the business end of things. And the business end dictates who is successful and who is able to continue making comic books for a living or even just for part-time. And it'll determine how many people get to see your books, and it'll determine the trajectory of your career going forward. If you can't finish a book, you can be a fantastic artist, but you're not going to really go anywhere. Okay. So traditionally in independent comics, it falls on the writer. Why does it fall on the writer? To be the, crack in the whip, making sure that things get done. I don't really know, because that's not necessarily in a writer's skill set. I think mostly it has to do with the fact that writers are rarely going to get hired. It's very hard to show off your skills as a writer in comics unless you've already done a lot of books. But to get to that point, it's a little difficult. So, you got to have a lot of people read your writing in order for them to be impressed. So in the meantime, you're going to be creating work. You're going to say, I have a concept. I'm going to sell my collectibles. I'm going to sell, plasma. I'm going to do whatever I can to afford an artist. Now you're in a work for hire situation with an artist. And again, if you don't get a book out, you are not a comic book writer. You're not finished. Nothing really matters until the book is finished. So writers often take on that role. And this is where a lot of failures and shortcomings come in. And I know that I have messed up on several ends of the spectrum here. I've been hired as a writer and I've missed deadlines. I think I've been hired, if I think of in the past, I guess 2 years, I've been hired twice to write for things. And both times I missed my deadline. That feels bad. I mean, not by a lot, but enough that I really shouldn't have. And why? It had more to do, frankly, with, yeah, I'm kind of a slow writer, but that's not really why I missed my deadlines. It was because I had a hard time committing in story directions. So I kept waffling. Anyway, that's a personal problem. Um, uh, so that happens. All right. On the other end of the spectrum, if you're a project manager, finding ways to effectively motivate people to get the product out, to get the book finished, is really important for everybody on the creative team, and especially for fans, backers, people that are buying the book. That's a massively important role. Um, so the more I thought about it, I was thinking, am I a very good project manager, even when it comes to just managing myself, being the producer, making sure that I am on task, getting things done. And I think I've messed up on several occasions in that aspect. Otherwise, I would never miss a deadline. But so I got thinking about it, and I watched this video by Jordan Peterson, and he talked about how if you're too nice, it'll ruin you. And at first you think, well, that's good to be nice, right? I think it's good to be nice. What it's not good to be is uh, avoiding confrontation, avoiding, you know, avoiding the backers, avoiding, whatever it is you need to do to get the book made. That's that's a problem. Because again, that halts everything. You cannot make forward progress until you finish a book. You got to finish it. Um, so he talked about, Jordan Peterson talked about, during a given day there are multiple opportunities and multiple little micro games that you can win or lose. And the people that are most successful in life, people that make more money in their jobs over the lifetime of their career, are the ones who will, he would say, show your teeth or bare your teeth on and off, throughout the day, throughout these little games and social confrontations that happen throughout a day. And so, while you might think that you're being mean if you put your foot down, or whatever you got to do, I know your boy Zach says he'll lock himself in the house or whatever. Like, uh, it might seem unreasonable, but those little chances and opportunities to bare your teeth as a project manager or as a producer are really important. I believe that's the difference between a comic book career that is long and successful, and the difference between a one-hit wonder, or maybe making a few books and sort of fading out. It's being able to continue on and continue to put out books. Clearly, you want to make the best books that you can, the best quality that you can, but you also have to make the book at the end of the day. Anyway, the reason I bring this up is just because I see the discussion going on all over the internet about late campaigns. I know I have a late campaign, so I'm clearly guilty of that. And I got reflecting on, how can I be better as a project manager? I think a lot of people would benefit benefit from it if you're thinking about creating comic books. There should be somebody on the creative team that's in that role, and helping push things along to make sure that you make your book. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments below. I hope this all made sense. I think it's important stuff. Maybe really sort of into the theory, but I really think that it's important. Anyway, so don't forget to check out Fatal. Look at this, colors from just somebody on the internet. Let's see. Punished Fabio did some colors, pretty cool stuff. Anyway, check out Fatal, check out Downcast, help us get to 21K. We're going to continue moving along. This has actually been a good week. 1 week, $20,000, not too shabby. So help us and we'll move it on to the next level. I'll see you later. Bye.